Picture your grandfather's old car. For the first 20 years, it barely needed anything. Then, right around the same age, the transmission goes, the brakes fail, the engine starts burning oil. It's not one big catastrophe, it's everything quietly falling apart at once, like the whole machine got the memo on the same day. Now, look at your own body. Your 20s, your knees don't ache, your skin snaps back, you heal from a scraped knuckle overnight. But somewhere around your 60s and 70s, it's not just one thing that breaks. Your heart, your eyes, your joints, your memory, they all start failing in the same decade, almost like they were scheduled to. They were. You are not falling apart by accident. You are running out of warranty that evolution built into you on purpose. And the reason why is one of the strangest, most quietly brutal ideas in all of biology. Let's go.
To understand this, we have to go down to the level of a single cell. Every time a cell in your body divides to replace an old or damaged one, it has to copy its entire genetic blueprint from scratch. But there's a flaw baked into the copying process. At the very tips of your chromosomes sit little protective caps called telomeres. Think of them like the plastic tip on the end of a shoelace, stopping the whole thing from fraying apart. Every single time a cell divides, that cap gets a tiny bit shorter. In 1961, a biologist named Leonard Hayflick discovered that human cells can only divide a limited number of times, usually somewhere around 50, before the telomeres wear down so far that the cell simply refuses to copy itself again. It doesn't die, it goes dormant. It becomes what scientists call senescent, permanently retired, but still sitting there, taking up space, leaking low-grade inflammation into the tissue around it. By the time you're in your 70s, huge populations of your cells have punched out. Not destroyed, just done. And a body built out of retired, malfunctioning parts is a body that starts to fail.
But here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Your body could fix this. It has the tools. There's an enzyme called telomerase that can rebuild those worn-down caps, and it's active in your cells when you're an embryo, keeping everything pristine. Then, shortly after you're born, your body switches it off, almost everywhere. Why would evolution build a repair tool and then deliberately disable it? This is where a biologist named Thomas Kirkwood proposed something called the disposable soma theory, and it reframes your entire body as something closer to a product than a person. Evolution doesn't care whether you personally live to see 90. It only cares whether your genes get passed on and your children survive long enough to reproduce themselves. Every calorie your body spends on flawless, endless cellular repair is a calorie it isn't spending on reproduction, immune defense, or raising the offspring you already have. So your body strikes a bargain. It builds itself just well enough to survive the years when reproduction and child rearing actually matter, and after that, it stops investing in maintenance. You are not a temple. You are a rental car, built to last exactly as long as the lease.
It gets darker still. A geneticist named George Williams proposed something called antagonistic pleiotropy, a theory that some of the very genes that make you strong and fertile in your 20s are the same genes that quietly kill you in your 70s. Take testosterone and estrogen. Early in life, they build muscle, drive fertility, and sharpen competitive instinct. Enormous evolutionary advantages. But those same hormones, sustained over decades, contribute to cardiovascular strain and elevated cancer risk later on. Evolution never punishes a gene for what it does after you've already had your kids.
A gene that gives you a 5% survival edge at 25 will get passed down through millions of years, even if that exact same gene quietly stacks the deck against you at 70. Natural selection has never once had to answer for what happens after the job of reproduction is finished. If you've ever watched a grandparent go from sharp and independent to fragile in what felt like a single year, drop a comment, because what we're about to explain is about the one loophole that theory almost doesn't explain. And subscribe now, because once you see the pattern in your own family, you won't unsee it. Here's the twist that almost breaks the whole model. If evolution stops caring about you the moment you're done reproducing, humans shouldn't live decades past menopause. Most animals don't. A salmon dies days after spawning. Most mammals decline and die shortly after their fertile window closes. But human women, unusually, can live 30 or more years past menopause. Anthropologists call this the grandmother hypothesis.
A woman who survives past her own childbearing years and helps feed and protect her grandchildren dramatically increases the odds that her genetic line survives. Evolution didn't keep her alive for her own sake. It kept her alive because her survival was still useful to someone else's.
That's the loophole. You're not just a warranty, you're a warranty with a clause. Stick around long enough to help the next generation, and evolution will tolerate the extra years, but it was never going to hand you a lifetime guarantee. So, where does that leave you? Your 70s aren't a malfunction. They're not proof your body betrayed you. They are the closing of a contract that was written into your cells before you were even born. A contract that only ever promised to get you through the years that mattered most for passing life forward.
That doesn't mean the ending is fixed. Scientists today are actively working on ways to reactivate telomerase safely, to clear out senescent cells, to renegotiate the terms of the lease itself. The warranty was written by evolution, not physics. And unlike physics, a warranty can be rewritten. You are not a broken machine. You are an extraordinary machine that was never built to last forever. It was built to last exactly long enough to make sure someone else could.